sunblock.
Sometimes you see him out there and he's just fucking asleep.
Get a pillow, get a blanket.
No, I'm not a fucking dirtbag.
Go to bed. Tired, dude.
Good night. Go to bed.
You ready,
Sweet.
dude?
You guys ready?
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Born
Alright.
ready, dude.
Sick, dude.
Should I bring mine down? It looks like your guys' are mouth level.
Nah, it's good.
All right.
Yo, what's going on, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Go to Bed. I'm your co-host, Fiki, joined with my co-host.
JP 50Kalski _ JP, the man, dude. The coach.
Man, dude.
The coach, dude. The trainer.
All right, dude. By some act of God, we actually got Walden's here
Yeah.
for the first time in like 6 episodes.
Yeah, got
So
it.
good job, dude. You did something today.
Thank you, Chef Michael, for the hookup on the cabs.
At Walden's Coffee House on Instagram. 3 locations here in Reno. Arlington, Mayberry, and Wells. Go in there, tell Michael or Manny to go to bed and get something for free.
For free, you might get a napkin.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah, to-go cup, anything.
Why don't you guys go to bed? Here you go.
Yeah, yeah.
But none of the other employees, because they don't know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, if you
most.
tell an employee, they'll be like, what? And look at you weird, probably. So you got to tell the owners.
I asked one the other day, I'm like, let me get that go to bed discount. And she was like, discount? I'm like, yeah. She's like, okay, I gave you 10% off.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, but I don't think she knew what go to bed was.
You just said discount. It'll work, dude.
So just ask for a discount, actually. Don't even mention go to bed. Just say discount, and they'll give it to you. And then shout out to our other sponsor, Harmonious CBD. HarmoniousCBD.com. Use code go to bed at checkout for 10% off. Help support the show. Support those guys. They support us. Go to bedpodcast.com for everything relating to this show. And we got merch. We got our PayPal. We got our Patreon on there.
Got blankets.
Where's your phone, dude?
There.
Pull it out.
Pull up a review.
Yeah.
Let's do an introduction.
Make sure to
Podcast, dude.
make sure, if you're listening on the podcast app, make sure to rate and review the show. We're getting a bunch of 5-star ratings, but we need more. It helps us move up through the rankings organically, show up on the things you may like stuff on there. So leave us a 5-star review, 5-star rating. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing on here.
Dude, yeah, it's hard to find, isn't it, dude?
No, dude, I'll
No,
find it.
you go, just go down to search here.
All right, dude, I got this now.
Just like we do.
I'm trying to pull up a review so we can do review of the week while I'm talking, but
It's fucking hard to find
Words
the
are
review of
hard.
the week, dude.
all right, dude.
If you're on an episode and you're trying to rate our podcast, it's hard as fuck to find it.
New review of the week. I think this one came in like today or the other day. This one it's titled The Good, the Bad, and the Truth by Army Book Scout. It says, good. This podcast is a great way to inform your children of the dangers of chemical industrial cannabis. JP can taste all the colors of the rainbow. The bad. Fiki is more verbally abusive than a woman named Connie that has 5 kids and is a mystery shopper for a living. JP is going to need years of counseling. The truth. This is a unique podcast that highlights several young entrepreneurs and their experiences. 5 stars.
Thanks for the 5-star. But
I wonder who that is, dude, because he sounds way too smart to be listening to this shit.
too many big words, and you haven't smoked weed, obviously.
He calls it cannabis. So leave us a review on
Chemically
there.
infused, too.
Yeah.
Chemical, what does it say? Chemical industrial
Yeah.
cannabis
Too many big words, dude.
for you.
No, for the general public.
Words are hard, dude.
Well, it's not a chemical.
Yeah.
The way you smoke, it's industrial.
Yeah.
The way JP smokes it is.
Out of a can.
All right, dude, what else we got? I think that's it. Rate and review the show. Leave us a fucking review, dude. And tell a friend to listen to Go to Bed. That helps us out more than anything. That's all we ask for is spread the word, tell a friend. All right. Today we have a special guest. He told us not to ask him anything that you can hear on other interviews, which I totally relate to.
He
'cause it's
didn't really
fucking
tell us,
boring.
but it's like a dead giveaway. You know, if you want to know more,
He
just
left
Google him.
he left you a clue.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, we got Cam Zink in the bedroom today. At Cam Zink on Instagram, and it's Zink, Zink, not with a C like those idiots at Crankworks spelled it on a check I saw on Instagram.
Yeah. Well, yeah, first Crankworks podium.
That's crazy.
How funny is that?
That's sick.
He's got someone in the back.
Yeah, real quick. Cam Zink. Where Crankworks, they're in Canada, so they're a little French, right?
Yeah,
Some of them,
or
yeah.
maybe they're just going by the periodic table.
All right,
No,
dude. Well,
nothing.
the only standard interview shit that we need to know for anyone that doesn't know who you are, give them a short rundown on who you are, what you do, and then we'll go from there.
I like to feel like what JP said. Just Google me. If you
That's
wanna-
it, dude.
I ride mountain bikes and I've been doing it for a very long time, and kind of been with the rise of the sport that exists right now. I mean, I started out as a racer, and then what I do didn't exist then, and I did my part to help cultivate the sport, and then that's just what I keep on doing.
Sweet.
What we call that progression, dude. Everyone out there say with me, 1, 2, 3, progression. It's also a learning show, dude. No, but just Google them, dude. So let's see. We got a couple topics here. Of course, it's always on me for the fucking topics, so I had to come up with a couple of them. And first, I'm just gonna list them off, and then we'll dive right in, dude. First one, census scripts. Second one is Savachi. A third one is Carson City and Nevada Day rules, because it fucking does. And then Honda Gang, because right now we could be a team. We could be a factory team right
We
now.
could
with
be
all
a
the
team, dude. Yeah, why'd you ditch the KTM?
I don't like them.
They suck, huh?
I hate them. I never liked orange. I got white plastics as soon as I could, because I mean the bikes, they're decent, but I hate the color orange, so I ended up with it.
Dude, I could never get my forks to work right on that bike.
Yeah.
You had a
Yeah.
350, didn't you?
Yeah, I just never get that myself to get along with that bike.
Yeah.
But Honda 450 now, Works Edition.
You got the 19?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the truth.
That was Mammoth.
It was good. Mammoth was that was fun, man. Race gas and everything, getting all it's fun. I really like racing moto because it's just back to why everyone started riding. Not like there's no paycheck or anything like that, but I like put a lot into it. I don't get to train as much or ride moto that often actually anyway, but like when you go, it's like going through the motions as you would if I was riding in a mountain bike event, but like there's nothing on the line. It's just like you're going out to have fun, and you got your boys, and you're helping them with tear offs, and they're helping change your oil or whatever. Everyone helps each other out. It's like a big family, and then just good long racing. Mountain bike races are short. I mean, the events are long, but like moto racing, you get more like 15-minute motos there, I think, 20-minute
Yeah.
motos. Like, it's awesome.
How long is like a standard mountain bike race?
Well, like, think about the big ones, like the big mountain events, you like a minute and a half run 2 times.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's like what Neil was watching yesterday, right?
Yeah, World Cup
You
stuff.
come in our house about 4 times a week. Anytime after 9 p.m., Neil's passed out on the couch like this, and like fucking World Cup is on.
Yeah, World Cup races are like, they're like 3 to 4.5 minutes or so. 4.5 would be like the longest one. And that's like downhill racing. I've been the most tired I've ever been in my life after a downhill race. Like 4-minute all out sprint,
Yeah, fuck that. But for moto, like my favorite thing is like when you hit a rut, especially a left-hander, because you can use a brake perfectly, and you just like barely use your foot on the ground. It just feels sick. What's your favorite part on a moto?
I totally agree. That's the shit. That's the shit.
A perfect turn. Huh?
I mean, I'd say if I could whip good, that might be it, or if I could scrub good. But even when I do like a whip as good as I can, it still feels like I'm like Carmichael or something, or
Yeah, do you like
or
barely,
K-Dub, someone with good whips,
yeah,
and I'm like
barely lean it over, and
And-
you feel like you're upside down.
Yeah, and you see because on a mountain bike, I'm like, oh, that was decent. I look at the phone, I'm like, holy crap, that was like good whip. But on a moto, I'm like, yeah, that felt sick. And then they're showing, I'm like, oh, it didn't look nearly as sick. So I'd probably say whip if I could whip really good, but like, yeah, corner, like, dude, especially like a soft track, well prepped track, just like if you can not kook it and like hold it the whole way,
yeah,
you feel like the man for sure.
One thing I was just thinking of, where have you ever done that?
dude, everywhere, everywhere, dude. I ride in such an aggressive
Just
position,
name one time that's happened
dude.
where you've ripped a corner, looked sick as fuck.
Oh.
You had your leg out and everything.
03 all year. 03.
No, dude.
Yeah. That's Del Gotti. He was behind me the whole fucking championship. He knows.
Too bad they didn't have GoPros back then. He would have had it, huh?
Oh yeah. There's plenty of times when I've hit a rut so good that you just barely use a little front brake, elbows up, dude, right foot, toe down.
Well, luckily on your bike, the entire front brake is covered in fork oil, so you can pull it as hard as you can, and it doesn't work. That's perfect for ripping corners.
You never the oh shit moments that I have more than any other rider is that's why I have that like that because my oh shit moments are and I don't crash.
Dude, I had fork oil on my fork one time at the arena cross, and I got my forks redone right before.
Oh,
brand new, like there's no dust or dirt on them. So then put them on, come to the track. They don't give you much practice or anything. And it's the winter time, so you don't really get to go out and ride your bike for. But it was fresh. I just got the forks and everything's sick. And then I go out for practice, first run through the whoops, just like no front brake at the end, and fucking off the berm and landed on the railing, like bailed land on the railing at Lawler or Livestock.
Yeah.
I'm like, what this shit just happened? And I found out that my forks were just draining, but it's clear and there was no dust on it, so I couldn't see it. So I got the forks straight back from, I forget who did them then. Maybe it was RMS, but it just straight up was just pooling onto the rotor and couldn't even tell. And then just first ropes, I'm dead.
Dude.
But so lucky.
Have you seen that video of that chick that launches off a berm into the roll-up garage door at an arena cross? Huge, dude. 30-foot gap and just boom, and just falls to the ground.
It looks like a mosquito hit a wall.
Yeah.
Dude, that's crazy.
Sick. She may have died.
No, I saw something about that, and she fucked herself up bad, but she lived. It looks bad, though. It looked like a death.
Really?
It was so
I gotta
gnarly.
look this up.
Yeah. You should too if you're out there listening. And if you're out there listening, I forgot to mention, I'll get our logo tattooed on my head for $100,000 donation to the show. So I'm still looking for someone out there with a couple extra dollars. That's not a joke either, dude. I just think it's funny,
Dude, could you imagine some just super wealthy dudes I got $100,000 for that.
Yeah, I could imagine that. I hope it happens soon, dude.
Dude, visualize it.
I've been trying.
Affirmations.
I put it on my skull, dude, so when I'm older, the face hat thing that's going around, I could have a skullet.
Yeah. Exactly.
Full color. Dude.
Yeah, dude. So we had Mason on, and JP asked him, one of the topics was Carson Kmart. And then he's just like, dude, what happened to Kmart and Carson? And Mason's like, what about it? And we were talking later. I was like, dude, you had Mason on the show and you asked him about fucking Kmart, dude.
Dude, no one's asked him that.
Yeah, it's true, dude.
No one's asked him that.
He loved it.
Yeah. That's what I'm going with Savachi. Savachi's a monster athlete. Have you ever seen him at any monster parties or anything? Dude, he's so easily affected by us.
You know the story between us and him?
I got the gist of it.
Yeah, he don't like us very much.
Has he responded?
No.
Never.
Well, he has a couple times, to people, they'll say go to bed on his Instagram, and he'll be like, too bad all you guys are getting blocked or something. But then I want to see how big his block list is total.
I bet you it's over 1,000. I bet you has a comment.
Yeah. Because we were on someone else's page, a pro circuit post, and someone in there was like, he blocked me for doing something, and I was like, oh, just tell him to go to bed and he'll block you.
Dude, at first when I heard that, I didn't know the name of your guys' podcast. I was like, dude, that's kind of gnarly. Wishing someone to get KO'd in a supercross race.
Maybe that's what he thinks.
Dude, that's what I would think of.
I never thought of it like that.
Dude, I'd be like, who are these people, dude? Why do they want me to take a dirt nap?
No, we don't want you to crash, dude. We actually want you to get your shit together.
Yeah, just get some rest.
He could win a championship if he didn't crash. He's good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I totally agree. I think he qualified first at one of them.
Yeah, and there was a time Monster Cup, dude, when he was leading.
Oh, yeah.
And
he pulled over. Yeah.
But he is easily affected by us. But
Eli should have given him some more than just a pound after that.
Yeah.
Maybe he did. Who knows?
Hopefully.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
Check
he didn't really thank him very much in the post-race interview. I remember that I was waiting for it. He just kind of maybe didn't want to draw any attention to it. I don't know.
You know, like no one saw.
Yeah.
Like right in front of the camera.
Yeah, that was.
Shit, maybe
But
no one
like,
saw that.
yeah, if Muskman it would have been just like everything else he's ever done. I didn't know what I meant. I don't know how I don't even know anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck, he talks too much, dude.
Yeah, and he doesn't know what he's talking about.
No, but like imagine being in France for 4 years. You'd be like, "Fuck, dude." Like if you did that and they hated you in France, you'd be like, "Dude, I'm just gonna play it off. I'm foreign.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing. I love
Track was
hot
good.
dogs. Yeah,
Yeah. Just learn like 4 American sentences in
Yeah.
French, and that's all you say.
where's the bathroom?
That's what all the Mexicans do. They just pretend that they don't speak no hable, and then they go talk to him like this motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly,
Just
dude.
full fluent. And then no,
Yeah.
no comprende.
Dude, they're snaking us all, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, I would too if I could pull that. Just so I didn't have to talk to anyone. Even if there was no hard feelings or anything, I'd just be like, dude, I don't know what you're saying. Sorry.
Just to get out of there.
Yeah.
My buddy, he when they moved into their new house, or his parent, well, this is when we were younger, moved into their new house. The yard worker kept just coming every day, like after the sale. Never said anything, and they're like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And then he's like, "Oh, I clean." You know, he knew exactly what he's doing. He's just gonna keep going, and then they're like, "All right, I guess it's good," and then paid him, but just don't understand. I'm just gonna keep working.
Dude, they're just like, oh, they're gonna pay me.
Yeah,
That's
Like,
how
dude,
it
I just
works.
gotta keep showing up and I'll get paid.
This is how a job works in America, dude.
I'll make sure that 8% sure.
That's a good time. Okay.
100% sure.
Okay, perfect.
you need a mirror back there so you can check it.
That's that'd be sick. And a remote, dude.
They make them, I think.
Really?
Yeah, I'm
I think
sure they
so.
do.
Dude,
Dude, why is GoPro such dog shit?
Yeah, mine sucks dicks.
Yeah.
I actually, yeah. I was using it the other day, and then I was like, oh, I don't know how to turn on the GPS. The preferences wouldn't even pull up. It was on, apparently. So then I went back and checked the footage, and instead I was going like 10 mile an hour on that jump and stuff. And and then it just, all of a sudden you're going 30, and then there's nothing. So GPS doesn't work. But then also the camera just fraps out. I can't even look at footage or anything.
Damn.
Brand new GoPro 7.
Oh, dude, remember when they were the shit?
Yeah.
Now DJI is having cool cameras.
I always thought Contour was the shit.
Are they making it still?
No, they went bankrupt 3 times.
Holy shit.
Yeah, new owner and stuff. That was the dude that started Moment Lenses, the original guy.
Oh, yeah.
And I rode for them for a few years. They went bankrupt. They hired me again. Rode for them for another year. And then went bankrupt again. And I heard they're back again.
No way. Is
Yeah.
he involved?
No,
Okay.
no.
How's that work when you're sponsored by someone that goes under?
Luckily, they just paid me. Like that was. I mean, it was like I think a contract cut a little bit short. But they paid me. But it's too small of an industry, and I mean, even in bigger business, people
Yeah.
communicate and can vet you, and it's just every one case by case basis, I guess. And then if they really wanted to get gnarly, it's like, all right, how much are we going to give the lawyers, or how much are we going to try to, have some pride in it, and like, or are you just going to try to get out?
Yeah.
Yeah, not the legal world ain't fun.
Does that even cross your mind when you're like signing a deal with that company versus someone who's more established?
Yeah, but at the time, GoPro's a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
But they were both like, Contour was like the cooler kid on the block. GoPro is like the little bit more well-known one.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, dude, it's just the whole design of the Contour was better. Like it was on the side of your helmet and streamlined and had a switch. So you didn't have to hit a button. Back then, the buttons, you didn't even have the auto on, You had to like turn around, look at it, turn it on, and then record. And then the Contour, you could just slide the switch forward and then you're good. It's sick.
When the switch is back, is it off?
Yeah. So you know where it is. You can turn it on instantly. You don't drain your battery. And it was like, that was the dopest. Those were the best. And then Contour just didn't have the money behind them. And GoPro just put millions into advertising, like commercials and everything everywhere.
Crazy, dude.
Yeah.
That is annoying with the GoPro, especially when you're motoing, because you can't really hear it, and you go to click it on, and you need to hear like the beep to know that it's recording or whatever,
Yeah.
and you can't tell.
Yeah, I can't tell. My bike's so fucking sick, dude.
Your bike is loud as fuck, dude.
If anyone out there sponsors me with some packing, I'll take it, dude. Or a new pipe, dude. Conway and those guys.
Packing's like $15.
But it's better if it's free.
Yes, that's true. That's true.
It's not even worth a couple emails.
Well, depends what you're doing with your day, dude.
Yeah.
For you, tell them about your day today, dude.
Dude, woke up early, got ready, hit the gym, 6:30 to
Solid so far.
7:30. Did a little stretching for about 25 minutes after. Chilled, got some coffee. What else? I came home.
The only time I talked to you, you were watching a YouTube video.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and
and then you went to Best Buy with my credit card.
Yep, got us the phone tripod mount. And then I also did a little emailing. Did I make that venture guy call today? Pretty sure I did.
Not sure.
Venture what?
Like I might be filming a video for this guy who like
Venture trucks? Venture capitalism?
Oh no, no venture capital card. Go now, 3% back. No, adventure riding. Like rich people pay this guy and they go on the dirt bike ride.
Okay.
And I have to film it, I think, but I have to figure out what I'm going to charge him. So I did that. Did a little Instagramming, DM some companies, tell them that I can make your coffees look good. You know. That's it.
Yeah,
that's it.
So the point is that maybe it would be worth it for him to email for the packing.
Maybe. You never know who emails me tomorrow.
Daniel Tosh had a funny thing on that, making fun of people that are like unemployed or whatever, and it's like, or self-employed, I guess.
No, I tell everyone I'm unemployed.
And he was like, "What do you have to do today?" "Oh, I mailed a letter." like just like the simplest of.
That is fun, dude.
It is funny though. If you don't have much to occupy your time, like your whole day could get taken up, and you wouldn't get like the two things done you need. You know, like you need to like be in a rhythm, kind of.
Yeah, definitely. How about you? Do you have a rhythm for your day?
Yeah, but I hate doing the same thing every day, and I hate like scheduling and structure. You know, I just try to wake up as early as I can. I try to get in the sauna. I try to take ice baths, but like I don't have like a daily thing, you know.
But, you just do it whenever you kind of feel it.
Yeah, and it's just keeps every day fresh. Like Mondays, I usually probably rode pretty hard on the weekend, or and take Mondays like to kind of just get caught up on computer work and stuff, and like then Tuesday. Monday morning I always go to the gym though. Just Mondays and Fridays I try to keep it low. I don't like going to the gym every day because then I feel like it makes me get hurt more. It's like, yeah, I just heard a thing from the NBA that they don't even have weightlifting, and most teams don't have weightlifting during the season, injury prevention. And I'm like, yeah, Mondays and Fridays are about all I need. But then, just try to do something every day, and then play. And you got to try to base it around when you're going to ride with other people's schedules. If you're hurt, like right now, I got a gnarly bruise on my leg, and I can't ride, so like take tomorrow off, and then case by case, day by day.
You can't ride right now?
Well, I'm not going to try to push it right now, because I tried to just go into the gym yesterday. I was supposed to ride this morning, and I was like, I can't. There's no way, dude. It hurts so bad.
Yeah.
It's stupid. It's just a bruise.
It's crazy, dude. Like, I looked at the video, and I still can't tell what hit you. I think it hit you.
It was the bar end.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was the bar end. You could play the clip if you want.
Right here?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And, it sucked.
Damn, dude.
So it's funny, but it's better than getting really hurt or actually like breaking something or tearing a ligament or something. But it's like, it's just annoying because those little things just add up, and you're like, oh, I didn't ride for 4 days here, and I didn't ride for 6 days there, and take a day off. Like, that's what kind of takes a toll on like your progress, especially coming back from a real injury where I'm like still like working my way back to where I was,
Yeah. How long were you out?
I started riding at like 4.5 months and but super mellow, like mellow XC rides and stuff, and then started like jumping and actually like manualing and pulling like on it like at like 5.5, 6. I think we're at 8 now. So
how's your shoulder feel right now?
Awesome. Feels great. Yeah. That's why the other day when I did that, it was awesome. It was good for everything for my shoulder, and still proved that my shoulder wasn't going to pop out by yanking that hard. And then, but bad because I'd started another small injury.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy.
It's just the way it goes.
Well, shit, dude. It's time. Carson City. Land
We
of the
didn't talk
sun.
about census.
Dude, let's jump in. I figured it'd be a long part because there's a lot of questions. I just like,
Word.
you know.
You're the host.
Okay, yeah, this is my show,
is your
dude. Thanks,
show,
Cam.
dude.
This is my show. He knows. I'm talking about rate and review right now on JP's show.
Yeah, dude, we
I'm
should
just
change the
kidding.
name.
No, we shouldn't,
Yeah,
dude.
we should.
Why? I don't want that tattooed. I want this tattooed on me.
Well, we could just cover this up here.
When you say you're going to change the name of the show to rate the show,
No, rate it. Rate 5 stars.
I was just thinking like JP's show.
That'd
would
be
a good
sick.
name
That'd
for
be a
it.
hit, dude.
if you titled the show "Rate 5 Stars," it would probably kill it, dude.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Dude, that'd be a good idea. 5 stars right now while you're listening.
Or they think it's some like Asian knockoff, you know.
Yeah. They're like, does this come with a haircut?
I don't really understand what this means, but we're going to title it.
That sounds like a good name for a podcast.
I
Rate
saw it
5
on
stars.
every podcast. Let's just title the podcast.
Dude, that's all San Francisco's fucking stores, dude. It's just like that. Store food and like drinks, you know? Just simple
Like in
stuff.
Hawaii, it's ABC store everywhere. Just like simple ass names like that.
ABC store,
Yeah.
yeah. Shirts sold here. But what I was wondering is when did you ride and feel grips that you're like, these suck, or was it the whole time?
Pretty much the whole time. I just wasn't that cognizant of it because, like, you'd ride when you're younger and you just get your bike and, you know, someone might tell you, hey, your cranks are loose or something. You're like, oh, okay. Now I get it. You're learning what feels right. You don't even, you're like, this is normal. Like,
Right.
but it totally far from it. But I've always been pretty particular with them, and I just never really found, I never rode the same grips twice. It wasn't like, oh, these are my jam. I was always looking for another one because I never really, and I was like, dude, I'm really particular about these. And then, yeah, just, God, how old was I? It was 10 years ago, so I was 23 or 24. No, I was 24. It was after a surgery, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna start a business. I always wanted to like had like a little entrepreneur spirit. Like my dad had a t-shirt business, and like I always admired that, like him running his own show. And yeah, I was like, I want to start something. I really like grips. I feel like I can make a better grip, and it's like relatively low startup, you know, and they're renewables, and not many people had grip sponsors. So I just found all these other little unfair advantages, and then I was like, this is what I'm gonna do. But it was just like a side gig for so long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so when you're like, all right, how do I make a grip? Like, did you know already? Oh, I want these like your little, not waffle, but like your.
It's a rib, yeah.
Yeah, the ribs.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I just had like these little calipers, you know, like measuring calipers, and I would just, every grip that I bought and maybe liked or maybe didn't like, and I would just measure everything all the time. And then the first one, because I've helped design a lot of products over the years, well before that, but never 100% on my own, you know, and like all my input, all my measurements, no one else telling me no, or maybe this would sell better, you know, and I got them, and I was like, dude, we're probably gonna have to make revisions. I'm like super anxious, and I was like, fucking perfect. Like they're still the grips they're on today. 10 years later, we've designed a bunch of other, we have 6 models now, and I still don't want anything else. Like they're just perfect. Super
crazy.
stoked. Yeah, it was like one of the most gratifying things, like just getting the samples and like, I made this. No one, like, not with no help from anyone except for Colby at the factory, who like they make at the ODI factory, they make our grips and a lot of other people. So it's like he was the factory, though. It wasn't like anyone else helping me on the other end. It was awesome.
Yeah, that's sick. And now it's pretty big. You got like that guy who, the new grip. I forget his name.
Emil, yeah.
Dude, his last run that they posted the other day
Yeah.
was crazy.
Yeah, he's a freak, man. And he's the first rider we've ever actually had a contract with, because his agent, they insisted on it. And like with Kyle, we have a signature grip with him, and he gets royalties, but like he didn't have a contract. We just send him a check, not worried about him suing us. But since he's under an agency, he's actually under contract, and we're like bound to make this grip, even though we're gonna make it anyway. But it's kind of funny because I've dealt with that stuff on the other side of it my whole life, but like being on the factory side, I'm like, sure. Kind of funny.
Yeah.
I'm like, we don't need to get this formal, but if you need it, whatever.
Yeah. when you were on, well, you still are on both sides.
Yeah.
So how does it now for sponsors? Like at first, like I'm sure you were blown away that people are trying to sponsor you, but now you're like, all right, like you think about it totally different. Like what do you think about now compared to then?
It's a trip just because it's like just as you grow, even if you weren't in the sport, you realize how big the world is. Like even after traveling, going to Europe when I was like 16 for the first time, I think, and you're like, oh yeah, the world's big, and you know the map, and you know like you see how many billions of people live in the world, and you can't comprehend it, but then you get older and you realize literally what that means, and like the amount of having like 300,000 followers, right? Like how many people that is. Yeah. And then you're like, but that's not even that big compared to other people that were just on a TV show for being famous, you know?
Yeah.
It's a trip to realize what and try to quantify how big the world is, but then also how big the mountain bike market is. Because at the beginning, you're like, you don't understand that they're probably supposed to get like 32 times ROI on your contract or whatever, you know, to sell enough product to cover costs and you know, all the other back end duties. And I guess as you get older, you're like, no, they actually do sell that many bikes, and there's a lot of very smart people.
32 times?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, so because you got to think about it, that's 32 times revenue, not like margin, you know?
Right.
And so like you're like, dude, do I really sell this many Oakley goggles? Do I sell this many Michelin tires? But there's a lot of really smart people handling all that.
Yeah.
And they are not going to just be throwing money away, you know? Like, I mean, I guess there's certain scenarios like, I guess Roxon's getting an obscene amount, and there's like literally no way they're selling that many Hondas, but they want to build for the future and have the best race team, and Honda's a giant multi-level corporation, you know, it's not just dirt bikes. So
yeah.
It's a trip, man. But yeah, it's like, it's an honor to have like a legit price tag where I can make a living. But then like, it's real. Like,
yeah,
really do sell that much shit, which blows my mind still.
That is crazy to think, dude.
Yeah.
Do you have an agent that negotiates all that for you?
I've had agents over the years, but right now I don't. Like I worked with Wasserman, and like one of the Martin Whiteley was one of the big ones early on. He was like Greg Menard's agent, Kyle Straits, and like. But then I don't know. The industry is so small, and you build your own relationships, and you want to have your relationships with the sponsors anyway.
Right.
So like having someone in the between of it kind of ruins it, you know. So I've never really had a sponsor get me anything more than I would have been getting anyway.
Oh, really?
Except for like a commercial agent, you know, where they're like, hey, we got this Coors Light commercial where they're holding a casting or something.
Oh, you're in a Coors Light commercial?
Yeah, dude, Kyle and I were in it. It was so funny.
What?
But we were anonymous. We didn't get paid for like, because they didn't have campaigns of like Kyle Street and Cameron Zink ride. It was like, we're just the mountain biker, like stunt. It's like stunt work, you know? Okay. And it was only a couple. It was like one of the lowest paying commercials I ever did. But we're like, dude, I want to be in a Coors Light commercial. It's sick.
It's so cool.
And then they had us hanging out at the bar afterward. And then like, you know, they shot it for a couple hours. But then it's like a 3-second, you know, little cheers and stuff. It's pretty funny.
Dang, that's crazy. A couple hours at the bar.
Yeah.
And
and they had no Coors Light. Not one single legit beer. They had a couple $1,000 painted can to make sure the mountains were blue all the time, and they had like actual little weight in them, and there were like 0 actual beers.
What?
You guys are like, what the fuck? What did we sign up for?
we kept asking. We're like, dude, where are the Coors Lights? Where are the Coors Lights? Like, can we get some Coors Lights? And they just like totally avoiding it.
Wow. Wonder if they've had some bad experiences, just people drunk. Dude.
Well, they just didn't have them. Because, you know what I mean? It's not Coors Light actually doing the hair commercially and seeing these people like, yeah, I didn't bring beer. I don't have beer.
Right.
It was pretty funny.
That's crazy, dude. I would definitely think if I'm shooting for Coors Light, I might as well stop and get a 30-rack for myself, too.
We did after, because like I drink Coors Light when I'm with like Mason or like Tony B and all these dudes that love, I mean, it seems like the moto scene all love Coors Light.
Why?
But I don't know. Yeah. Or like Paul Mudd or some of these dudes. But like, I don't really ever buy Coors Light on my own. So Kyle doesn't either. He drinks Natty. But right after we went straight to the Mini Mart and bought some Coors Light.
Yeah, that's crazy. They paid you and you paid them right back a little bit, you know?
That's probably their plan.
Their marketing work, bro.
Yeah.
It's just like working at a casino. Like they pay everyone, and like you're able to cash your check right there.
Yeah.
because they know that you'll just put it right back in the machine.
Dirty, dude.
Yeah,
And they have the statistics, I'm sure, to where like every by populating everyone, like 5% of them put back, or they put in 5% of their money back in.
yeah. I bet it's higher.
Really?
Yeah, it's crazy, dude. Like working there, you'll just be like getting off of work, and you see people. You're not allowed to wear like your uniform, but like if you work in the restaurant, you got a regular white button up on with a tie and an apron. They just take the tie and the apron off, so you can tell that they just got off of work, and you've seen them around before, and they're just sitting there gambling. I'm like, dude, you just made your tip money. You can't even make it out of the fucking building, dude, before you're putting it back in.
It's a bad addiction.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they cash checks there and everything for people that don't work there.
Yep. And you can get like, it's one of the only places you can get cash advances on credit cards.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just walk in there and they'll give you money and charge your credit card for it.
That's
Instead
sick.
of like purchasing an item, they'll give you cash for it.
Oh,
Yeah,
money laundering, dude, Nevada way.
something like that.
Yeah, with the, 20% or something ridiculous on
yeah,
it.
yeah. They
Like
know how to
cash
make money,
advances,
dude.
max it.
Damn, dude. Dude, how's your beer doing?
Beer, I don't know. It's selling. I actually haven't been. It's been selling for what, a week and a half now, 2 weeks. or
Yeah, a
so?
little.
Oh, since like the 4th, I think, something like that. So yeah, I got to go in there and check. But people seem to like it. I've been seeing some nice promos from them. So like, sorry for partying at the Brewers Cabinet. And
Yeah.
It's their first Pilsner and first lager. They've had a few light beers, but like this is their lightest, but it's 6.9%.
Holy
So
shit.
like, it's just the lagers take, I believe it's a month of lagering, and then to make them lighter, and then it's just ironic that the cheaper beers take longer to make.
Yeah, that's fucked up, dude.
Everyone likes the IPAs, but you can make an IPA in a couple days.
Yeah, that's probably why there's so many craft companies just flip IPAs.
Yeah,
So
it's a loophole.
did you have input on like what you wanted it to be?
Yeah,
and they made it for
and
you.
this is the third rendition, I think, because like the first one was with Charlie, who was their former head brewer, who was a full pathological liar. Like he literally lied about everything, having a beer degree from this college and then this, and anyways. But he knew how to brew good beer. He knew how to brew awesome beer.
Fuck, yeah.
And he's a funny dude, and like, but he was full on pathological liar. Anyways, did the first one with him, and the first sip, I was just like, oh, like a full beer fest, like shining light moment, And I'm like, this is the best thing ever, and it never tasted like that again. I don't know. So I don't know if he brought me a different beer, like some other beer, like because we tested, or like told him what I like, and like Modelo's and all these other Mexican beers and all these other Pilsners and stuff, and then we like smelled the malt and the barley and all this stuff, and like, I mean, and the hops and everything. It's like super cool, it's super fun experience. But I don't even know if that first one was actually what we made, because I didn't see it for a while, and then it didn't taste anything like that. And then when Eric took over, we did a new batch, and then couldn't quite get it where we wanted, so then we just did it again. And so this is the third one, and I think it's the best one yet, and it tastes even better out of a can for some reason. And I don't know, it's awesome.
And
Stoked
that's
on it.
part of Census Scripts in a way, right?
Yeah. So it's Census Rad Trails. So it's the trail nonprofit that has started, and it's just loosely affiliated with Census, just because we have some merch and stuff that we sell for it. But other than that, it's not really like, I just put the name in there because that's my brand.
Right.
But yeah, so a portion of each beer sold in the tap room and cans goes toward building mountain bike
Oh,
trails.
that's sick.
Yeah, so I don't make any money off it, and it's just straight to Rad Trails.
Boom, dude, go ride and go drink. Or drink and ride.
That's what I wanted to do, man. I literally was like, I need the best after ride beer, like tailgate beer for like, you want like maybe two, probably just one, like after a ride, especially there's 7%.
Yeah.
But like that's some of the best times of my life is after a ride, just sitting on the tailgate, or after, riding jumps and stuff with the boys, and just having like a beer, 2 beers, I don't wanted like the perfect after riding beer.
Yeah. I need it.
Perfect for the tailgate pad.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
sick.
Dude, it's crazy. They all like intertwine, dude.
Building an empire, man.
Yeah. That's so cool, dude. So with Census, what made you pick that word?
that was literally just probably 2 years of just looking through the dictionary, Googling stuff and drawing fonts out, and seeing how the letters connected and it just, it doesn't, I think it means there's a meaning in another language, and Brad found this like crazy proverb of like census, and he's like, oh dude, I thought you knew about this whole time. Dude, I never saw that. I'm like, yeah, that's why I named it. Proverb. Like this brilliant quote or something. But yeah, it was just, I thought it was a cool looking word, cool sounding word, and you can make good logos out of it, and it didn't really have a meaning associated with it, kind of like Volcom or something, wanted to make something just completely on its own.
Damn, dude. Yeah. Volcom? Wonder what even that is.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
I don't know. I think it has something to do with
the stone?
Yeah. But I've never looked into it.
Wonder if they did that off weed, like getting stoned. You
should ask him, dude.
Yeah, let me call him right now.
Dude, just add that into your 2 emails you're gonna send tomorrow.
God, there's
that's
3.
The modern day mail a letter. That's the modern. I got 2 emails after, right?
Yeah.
3 DMs.
Yeah, half my day's gone right there, and then I'm gonna eat lunch.
I guarantee you, they've gotten similar DMs on their Instagram page, like, "Hey, did you come up with this from smoking weed?" Like some 14-year-old boy.
Well, like LRG is listed research group.
Yeah.
Like that's a dead giveaway.
Yeah, dude. You're right.
Cookies, dead giveaway.
Oh shit, dude.
Whatever, dude. Dude, you should hit his 100-foot jump.
No.
Why? If someone donates $100,000 and I get my head tattooed, will you hit it?
No.
Come on, I'm trying.
What about on a moto?
Maybe if I could follow someone off it, I'll hit it, but not on a bicycle.
It's pretty cool on a moto too.
There's
no
way.
Go over the hill? Or?
We rolled down the step. We aired the step down and then kind of let it idle in his 3rd gear and just bop bop bop. And cool. That was when the ramp was back. Actually, it was 110 to the knuckle. Damon guineaed it because he's just, I don't know. I guess he grew up racing moto and he's better. Like him and Mikey, dude, they just do a couple test runs. They're like, I gotta go. And I'm like, dude, I'm gonna do 10 more test runs, dude.
Yeah.
And then I don't trust my throttle control.
Yeah.
But so then he drops in and he's on a 250F and he's 3rd, and then he clicks 4th because rather to overshoot than undershoot, goes like $160.
Holy.
Literally 50 feet down the landing, and I'm like, I literally started my bike to start riding down there immediately because I thought he was fucking dead.
Yeah.
Straight up.
You just see him drop.
Dude, it's so goddamn high and just kept going up and up and up and up. And I'm like a couple hundred feet up on the hill, and he's just all, and then he rode out of it. It was insane.
Damn. And then you hit it?
Yeah. And then, but yeah, then that's why, I don't know, for mountain bikes, you realize, by the time I'm doing the record, the ramp will move back past that. But if you go deep, then you'll be fine. It's a 120-foot long landing, but you don't really want to land down there, but it's good to know you probably could.
You can, yeah. So wait, you're doing a 150-foot backflip, right?
Yeah.
When's that going down?
Whenever it happens, I guess. It's I was trying to do it 2 years ago even, but everything wasn't set up. And then last year I was going to do it, and then my shoulder started coming out, so I had to put it on a hiatus. Got it fixed, and then just a week ago we went out and hit it for the first time since shoulder surgery, and it's still at 85, but we probably jumped 100 feet. And I've already, last year I flipped it at 100 at the same 85 to the knuckle, flipped it to 110, and it was awesome. It felt great, but then that was right before it started popping out. So I haven't put out any of the footage or anything because that's the stepping stone, and I don't want to show it until a whole finished product's done. But right now we're just chipping away at it again, and it'll be I don't know, maybe a couple of days. Maybe try to go this weekend. I don't know if you're free. Might as well. We need to document it.
Yeah, dude, I'm there.
Hopefully I'll flip it the next time I ride it. A couple times, around 100. And then we'll start scooting it back. I just do 10-foot, 20-foot increments.
The one you did in Mammoth, was that 100?
100 on the nose, yeah. Literally 100 foot, 3 inches.
Whoa. Is that still the record right now?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
But you beat it without it official.
Yeah.
It's weird.
So it's, and people have actually started going pretty close to it, probably 90 feet, maybe 95 or so, really close. And same thing, unofficial, but that's why I wanted to do 150 so it stands for a long time, maybe ever. Who knows? I don't want to do 110 or 120, you know?
Yeah.
So, but the cool thing about 150 is that's like the official distance record too, longest jump period on a bike. So that's why it's a little bit more meaningful. But then like Fabio Widmer and forget it, that dude just jumped a ski jump, like a ski jump, full downhill, and it was around $150 or something. But still, ramp to dirt's different. But I'll try to even probably go further then, just for that,
Yeah, yeah, because so when you're jumping, it's like comfy at 100 when it's 85 to the knuckle.
Yeah.
So you would move it to 120 or something.
Yeah, probably 120. And then the biggest thing is figuring out speed, like having like marks up the hill and remembering like how fast it rolls in the morning versus the afternoon. Because learned a lot in Mammoth about like just difference in, it had to have been just barometric pressure, but like 4 mile an hour, 5 mile an hour difference from morning to afternoon with like same tire pressure, checking those because obviously that can fluctuate with heat, but like on the spot, same tire pressure, same visor position, everything, and going 4 mile an hour faster, which is the equivalent of like almost 30 feet.
Damn.
It was like 6 to 10 feet per mile an hour. So like is a trip. So like if you hit it in the morning, like, yeah, good. And all of a sudden you just case it, So you need to have like a lot of, that's why it's going to take so much time and I want to do it right. Cause like, dude, Mammoth is one of the safest things I've ever done. Like biggest backflip ever on a bike. But like we did all the due diligence and all the practice and everything. It was like good people building it. And I've been, I don't know, been pretty well educated and experienced on like setting up the bike and figuring it all out. So
the setup you have now, are you basically like bombing down a hill or do you have to get towed in or?
It's all downhill. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, nothing against like people towing in, but I don't want to do it. Mm-hmm. I think it's way sicker if you're rolling in. That's why we're on mountain bikes. Like, kind of like half moto if you're getting towed in because they know the mile an hour and stuff. And it's like,
right, okay.
I just think it's way sicker. Mammoth, I want to do dirt to dirt. So like make sure that was a big thing for me. This one, with it being so much bigger, ramp to dirt, gravity fed, scooting it back, like it's all good.
Yeah. That's crazy, dude, to do 150-foot backflip. That's so far. And to beat the longest record, like you're just stacking a huge stack on top of just the distance.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy, dude.
Yeah, it's one of probably the biggest focus for my year. Again, I wanted to do it a couple years ago and then didn't really have the support or the funding. And I ended up just building the jump myself, paying SPT when they were still in business for build the ramp, $8,000 or $8,000 or $9,000, and then work with them. That was super fun, but like just paying, and then probably have $15,000 into the landing, or so it's probably like maybe 10, so like almost a $20,000 jump so far, just out of pocket, crazy. But like it's something I really want to do.
Yeah,
and at the end of the day, it'll promote myself and my sponsors, so essentially make it back. But like it's you got to kind of run it like a business,
Yeah. Or a census, have that a census ramp or something.
For sure.
That's the coolest
ads and everything.
Yeah, that's the coolest part about you owning your own, huh?
Yeah, and then knowing how to run the production and like from learning a lot from my event. There's just like you don't have to have someone else step in and run it for you. Like you can run it and be the producer, and you can. So I'm essentially producing this whole thing, and I'm gonna have to hire the filmers and like hiring you to come out and shoot the BTS stuff, and like. Then when the time comes, then I'll be able to give her over to ESPN,
Sick. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So do you already have that deal in place, or is that something you're trying to sell to ESPN?
I'll probably still have to kind of sell it after it's done, but they've already verbally committed an email saying that, that's something that they'll air. Because the World of X Games lines up pretty well because they need content. It's Monster affiliated. And I guess the ratings on my event were actually pretty good, and the amount of views it got, but it's, in my opinion, it wasn't, it kind of sucked. Like we didn't get, like it was a huge learning curve, and like, and just the production was pretty tough, and understand it, like figuring out how quickly you can spend like $60,000 on a production crew and like build and all this stuff. And then I end up losing just a little bit of money on the event, but it's a huge learning curve, and you obviously learn more from your failures than your successes. So like but the fact that my first one, I didn't really lose too much money, and it got good ratings and it got on ESPN, was like a huge win, you know? So pretty proud of that, but it learned a lot. Like, I'm just going to produce this one. And then they said, that, I mean, judging on the past one, they're going to run it too. And I would think it'll be 100 times better.
Yeah. You're talking about biggest Little Fest?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Which I'll probably try to do next year again too. Make it maybe biannually. Not really sure.
Dude, that was crazy seeing you guys jump the big shit out there. Like stuff that I'd be nervous to hit on a dirt bike.
Yeah.
And just no problem on bikes.
And
bicycles.
those aren't even really that big for like, I mean, it's kind of funny. I got out of all the Fest series, like they're probably some of the smaller jumps, but I also have the biggest jump ever, you know? So it's just, I like the other ones because you can kind of ride them every day, you know? It's not like something we have to like, we're going to this event, we're going to get kind of heavy for a week. Like these ones, they're big enough to do whatever you want. And they're still big jumps. Like one of them's 50, but most of them are like 20 to 30. But it's it's awesome. Like it's the best thing ever. Love having it.
Yeah, you got the Rock Ridge compound out there now, dude.
Dude, in only 2 years, we're only like 2 years into it, and they already got downhill trail and road to the top and everything, and like palm plowed that line, but
you plowed it?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Without your permission?
Well, it was on his property, so like I started building that line before mine was even up for sale, and then I transitioned it into my. So like, it's that one's gone, but we have a bunch of other ones in the back, and it's good.
Yeah, you got the little. I don't know if it's your track, but your razor thing. What's that called?
The side by side track.
Dude.
No, it's funny. That was an old moto track from the dude that we got it from. So like that was, then there was actually Paul Mudd and I rode there before, way before I owned it.
Well,
And there's a fourth gear, 150 foot step down on that track. But my ramp's cutting into it now. But like your fourth, at least on a 350F, like wide, like taped, and it's just run, and it was like a tiered landing, but like the sweet spot, like there was a big knuckle, like 140, 145, and to make that was fourth, like taped. It's like so much hang time. But anyways,
do you know the dude that you bought it from?
I don't, but the dude that's my co-landowner is he knows him, and that's how we got the deal.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
dude, fucking sick that you rode that before you lived there.
Yeah,
Like,
it's super funny.
crazy to think when you heard it brought up to you, oh, this land's for sale. You're like, whoa, you already know it, kind
Well,
of.
and I already had jumps on that side of Palm's land. He was nice enough to let us build them, and I'm like, dude, we can just carry this line into there.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, now you have that ramp, the big jump at the other side. Yeah. Yeah, dude, we got to get you to send the ramp on the Vespa thing.
Damon said he was thinking about it.
That video is sick when he jumped into the bag on the Zuma. Yeah.
But to dirt on the monster ramp, dude. Down the hill.
Is that the drop? Or is that a ramp?
The ramp by the road.
Yeah, it's a freestyle,
Okay.
like it's a standard super kicker for freestyle moto, but it's like 30 feet rather. They run it at 45, so it's like
Sick on the Vespa.
But yeah,
Dude, that would be big.
Have you done
That'd be
any
scary.
sketchy shit like that? Like hopped on some and just done something sketchy?
usually not. No,
Yeah.
I mean nothing. I'm sure someone out like, dude, I hear the funniest stories about me that I'm like, who was that? They're like, that was you, idiot. So I'm sure someone has a few of them, but none of them come to mind.
Dude, what's the worst spot in Reno? Should we do our Yelp review real quick?
Oh yeah, dude.
Past
Let's
halfway through.
what should we do it on? What's one place that you like to go to? Like a store, a restaurant, somewhere where you get your hair cut, any type of service place that you're like, this place is sick.
Derby Supply for haircuts.
Derby Supply.
Oh, yeah.
You never heard of them?
I've seen
It's
that.
like a 1920s barbershop right next to the movie theaters in Rivers, by the river.
Oh, okay.
But it's like downstairs, semi-downstairs. It's like a half basement, and it's like so sick and steezy and full 1920s style. And they have chairs from the 1920s. They had reupholstered and shit, and like the real bar is like the full barber experience. They got cocktails there and a bartender, and like they're all wearing 3-piece suits, and it's sick.
Dang, dude. How much?
It's a low mark. I think it's $30 for haircut, 30 or 35. So it's a little bit more than like I never paid more than $15 for a haircut ever,
Yeah.
But it's so sick. It's like the full full throwback experience, like the Gentleman Club. You know,
I think
they got like Playboys sitting on the little counter, you know,
Really?
on the coffee table,
cigars.
and they're like, "Dude, are you ever on a wine walk or anything, or you want to get out, or you're out and you want to get out of there? You can come in here." Like people to get their haircut, they'll let them come in and have a drink in there, but it's not like a bar, you know.
Yeah, I see.
It's sick.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
You gotta know someone to get a drink, kind of,
Yeah.
if you're not getting a haircut.
Dude, I heard Brewer's Cabinet has a speakeasy now. You hear anything about this?
What's that?
Like a full, like, hidden, non-promoted, like, bar, like, underground or behind a bookshelf, all this. You never heard of those?
Oh, really?
Paul took us to one in Austin, Texas, and it was so sick. We literally had to have a password and then go behind a bookshelf.
Whoa.
And there's a full another bar in there. It was like, full
What?
old school speakeasy. I guess it was from Prohibition era, but like it's like the hip thing to do now. But I heard Brewer's Cabinet has one. I haven't even been invited.
Where is it?
I don't know.
Oh.
My neighbor told me about it. I'm like, I didn't even know you guys knew them.
And I have a beer there. What's the deal, dude?
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
So
I did do the intro for the tech one.
Tech One Designs shitty Yelp review. That's it.
That's it.
That's a clean.
It's kind of short, dude.
Well,
You're getting better.
it's past halfway. That's why.
Oh, okay. Trying to speed it up a little bit.
No. I just like if it was halfway, it makes more sense, you know. But I forgot about the halfway mark.
Uh-huh.
So now,
Tech1designs.com for all your graphic needs.
yes,
So, dude,
mention
I don't know if we
there.
can do it on Derby because they only have one-star review.
Derby Supply Co.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Only one, dude. They have a couple of twos, but usually, like any restaurant, they'll have tons and tons of 1 stars. But their 1-star review is, I mean, talk about attitude. Let me see. You have to go to barber school for what, 3 months? Why be so snooty? Skip this place. It's so far up its ass it can smell last night's Chinese. And that's Robert from Seattle, Washington.
It's sad. He didn't get enough vitamin E.
Yeah.
Or vitamin D.
The second lowest is a 2-star. Most ridiculous reservation system I have ever experienced. The website alone gave me a migraine. Well, it's a fucking barber shop, so usually they don't have reservations at all.
Yeah.
You like walk in there, it's cash only, shit like that.
But what about the one you went to? I remember it was like I went
Yeah,
with
that's
you.
how it
once.
was.
It was same thing.
Maxwell's. I used to get my haircut there back in the day, and like, no, you can't make a reservation. It was only cash, no card, nothing. It was like old school, not like what you're talking about, but like pretty old school.
I think the Derby is where I saw someone ran into it or something.
Maybe.
It's like,
Right next to Silver Peak.
oh yep.
Someone hit it.
Someone like hit a window or something at one point.
Oh,
They went
really?
like fucking.
They went demolition derby on it.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
That reminds me of the Derby.
They're like, oh, hell yeah. Just on purpose. Oh, not what I thought this was going to be.
Dude, that's crazy. But $35 for a haircut and you could get a drink, dude. That sounds sick.
Yeah.
That's like Duds and Suds where you can do your laundry and get drunk.
They had highballs and Manhattans on tap too. There's
that?
a dude from there's cocktails like manly cocktails, and they had them in a keg just on.
Whoa.
I guess the dude at Whispering Vine. I don't even been to Whispering Vine. Everyone always talks about it, but I guess one of the bartender from there is the man apparently.
Oh, sounds like a gay restaurant. Not gonna lie.
I think
Whispering
it's well, yeah. I'm sure you'd find some gays in there
Oh,
drinking wine.
Yeah.
I mean, a wine bar, like
Yeah.
that's their jam.
That is, dude.
You should try to get a photo gig at the Derby Supply, and then maybe you can get a free haircut.
I think someone. I think Lucido does it.
Oh, he does?
Yeah,
Oh.
he's because his art's there, or
I
I
see.
think, or something. I'll hit him up though, dude, for sure. Get a free haircut. Why I don't like my shitty bowl cut, dude.
No, I like it, but I think they could do it better than I can.
Lot straighter line up.
Yeah. And they could like do it with the straight razor and shave it bald and shit. It would look sick.
Oh, dude, a bald, legit bald bowl cut.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be fucking sick, dude. Someone give us $100,000.
Just cause.
Come on, Dave.
All right, dude. What else you got for him? Fucking, of course, something about Carson.
This one is just Carson City. How fucking sick it is, dude. You wouldn't know because you're from Douglas.
Ow, dude.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Senators don't say out.
You're a senator, dude?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I loved going to Carson High.
Did you?
I loved it, yeah.
Tell them why. Just let them know.
Well, it's like the perfect sized town, same as Gardnerville, but like 50,000 people went there when we went to school. Like it was and 2,800 kids in our school, and they're like there's no. This isn't just the only high school that does this, obviously, but this is one of my favorite parts. Like everyone in town is the same spot every day. You know how hard it is to like group people up and like, hey, I want to see that day. I want to see this chick.
Yeah.
I want to like see, all the hot girls in town are in the same spot every day.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
That is true.
When there's only one high school in the town, yeah.
Yeah. Where was that spot?
In high school.
Yeah. Oh, in the school.
In school.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, we had open campus for lunch and stuff. You go to lunch. Anyways, but Gardnerville or Minden, the majority of my girlfriends were from there, and my wife was from there. But like I would always go hang out with Paul, and I'm like, all right, well, Gardnerville's dope too because you got half the amount of people and twice the amount of good-looking chicks.
You
There you go, dude. That's a good testimony for Gvo right there.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie.
That's
I'll
like
give it to
that's
G-Bo.
like 4x per capita for hot chicks, bro.
4X, dude.
Dude, your rate goes up when you head to Gardnerville.
Head
Dude, you're
south, you get the
definitely
4X.
going home with someone.
Yeah, so I went to Gardnerville a lot for partying when we were younger and riding with Paul and stuff. But yeah, it was cool living next to Gardnerville, and also go to Reno if you wanted to for the big city when you bring them from there. And then obviously Tahoe, that's probably the sickest part because Carson's almost like essentially closer to Tahoe,
I feel like
Yeah.
it is. Even
closer to Zephyr. That was where it was all at.
Yeah.
In Chimney.
Mm-hmm.
And you got Spooner instead of fucking Kingsbury from Gardnerville. Driving that sucks.
Yeah.
It's tight corners, dude.
Yeah.
Who
Or
built
Mount Rose. Yeah, Spooner's
Yeah.
the jam.
Yeah, fucking Mark Twain built those roads. Dude, that's fucked.
Kit Carson, I think.
Kit Carson did Spooner. That's how you know it's the shit, dude.
No dig, no ride, dude.
That's right, dude. That's right, dude. You know it. All right, dude. Should we wrap this up?
Yeah, dude, let's wrap it up.
All right. Outro.
Are you going to do it? You
Just-
got this?
Let's split it.
All right, dude, go ahead.
Rate and review the podcast, dude. 5 stars. You know what I'm saying? Leave a shitty review and rate it 5 stars, okay, guys? And shout out to our sponsors, Walden's with the great cab sandwich I had. Zink took one home. You had this breakfast burrito. Fucking bomb. They got everything there. Harmonious CBD. Go to bed. Discount code 10% off. Anyone's cold right now? We got blankets on our website. We got shirts.
It's like you got like pieces of everything and you're just trying to string it all together. Like in a sentence, you're like, oh yeah, like Harmonious,
Yeah.
discount code,
Yep.
Walden's,
Food.
review,
Yeah.
blanket. But like you're improving. You got all the pieces now.
You need to do with a pit board over here. Like I'll hold you a pit board next time.
Yeah.
You're like said rookie 250 rider.
Yeah, trying to name his sponsors and everyone else. Thank you.
You need to be like K-Dub. You need to like look up to and watch his interviews, how he just talks about what happened on the track, and then he'll sneak in Dunlop. You know,
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Or I
Just
could be
smooth.
like Dungy and be like, we really appreciated it. We really tried out here. We came into the corner and we felt the pressure behind, but we accomplished it.
we're
And-
doing good. We
We're-
do good, and we're gonna do better tomorrow.
Yep, yeah.
And thanks to the man above.
Yeah.
Happy with the second.
No, you're not. No, you're not. You're saying that so you could get the check, dude.
Roger
dude.
told me I'm happy with second.
Yeah, that's what
Roger knows.
Roger knows me.
Roger wants a title.
Dude, what else did I miss on our outro?
No, and that's what I'm saying. You got all the pieces,
I
just
fucking
not
nailed
strung
it.
together. Right.
I know. I'm like a cork board. Just putting, not stringing it, just tacking it.
Yeah, like at a crime scene when they're trying to piece together who did it.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah,
a mess.
that's your outro, dude.
Yeah.
It should
Yeah.
be a paragraph, and it's a fucking.
You
Sexual
gotta get a
assault
graphic
victim.
guy to do that and just have a just pinning stuff and just
As I'm saying it, yeah.
Someday when our podcast is big, someone will do all that shit just from listening.
Yeah.
Sweet.
words
All
of
right.
affirmation, bro. When your podcast is big, like soon.
Yeah, we need a date for when it's going to be big.
August 24th.
All right, dude. August 24th.
It's gonna be big. The 25th.
We gotta get
Two Chain's
working.
gonna give you a
Dude.
shout out or something.
Oh, dude, we got
That'd be
Conway
sick.
coming on 2 episodes.
Oh yeah. Oh,
This
quick.
is 27.
When did you first meet like on the show? We definitely talk shit about that guy Conway Adam. So like, when did you first meet him, and then how many seconds was it till you didn't till you stopped talking to him? I'm just kidding. No. I'm just kidding. Because we all know when you first meet him, it's like, we'll go to his mom or dad, talk to them for a while. Let's leave that kid to play in the street, you know?
Just like they did.
Yeah. No, but when did you meet Conway? Do you remember?
I think I met him at his track when I was on my last Honda. So like, when would that be? I don't know, like 6 years ago.
Oh, okay, yeah.
7 years ago or something.
At the Supercross track, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He let me ride a Supercross track to try to get ready for Arena Cross, and like those are the gnarliest whoops I ever like made it through good. It was cool to be able to like try to learn them, even though I didn't have good suspension for it. But and then his finish or his like triple, it was a double, you know, but like triple size, like that was super fun.
You hit it?
Yeah.
Dude, I never hit that because I was just scared of how poppy the lip was, you know?
Yeah, and then like obviously it's pretty easy to OJ, but like once you get it, like I don't know, you get it every time right on the landing, and then I think the on-off rhythm was even scarier though.
Oh, true.
You know, just like full commit, just like otherwise you're getting tea kettled.
Yeah. Fuck that, dude. Supercross is sick.
Yeah.
Now he can't invite you to ride that anymore because it's filled with 5-foot jumps for bicycles.
Yeah.
So he's too embarrassed to invite you over.
It's pretty funny.
You could quad it.
It's so funny. Turned it into like lame bike jumps when it was a sick soupy track.
Yeah, it was, yeah. His dad probably wouldn't let him ride it, though.
Yeah.
That's where I'm target practice on your berm right there.
He does, right out the back there, huh?
Yeah. He'll
just
lay on the
lays
ground
down.
with his 50 cal on the garage. Dennis will lay there, and
He has a 50 cal?
I'm pretty sure that's
I
what it
don't
was,
know
right?
what it. No, I don't think it's a 50 cal.
Oh, it was a big gun.
Yeah. I think it's like a hunting rifle, like a 308,
308
or
or
something.
30-06.
Yeah, but he's just right out. Just opens up the door, put down the bipod, and he's just shooting right there.
That's sick.
Yeah, fucking Dennis.
That's retirement right there.
All right, dude. I think you wrapped it up good enough.
Thanks for listening,
Kind of.
everybody.
Follow @CamZink on Instagram.
Google him.
Google him if you want to know more. There's plenty of
Write me a bad
interviews.
Yelp review with 5 stars.
Someone write him a bad Yelp review, and we'll read that on the next episode.
That'd be funny. You Yelp a person like.
Yeah, that'd be
might be able
super
to.
shitty. And that's essentially what Instagram is. But it wouldn't be funny if people gave you ratings.
Yeah.
Like, this person sucks.
Because there'd be
dude.
way more suicides, dude. Way more suicides. Depression people.
I hate it, man. I think it sucks.
All right, dude. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, thanks, Cam.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Of course.
No
All right.
problem.
Grom life.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
ground life.
Yep. I've ridden mine once this year in Mammoth.
Ripped it, though.
Oh, yeah.
Get a pillow, get a blanket, everybody, and go to bed.
Good night.
Night.
Where does go to bed come from? Where was this spark?
Dude,
It's just like a shitty insult.
yeah.
Cut that check, cut that check, cut that check, cut that check. I need my check, I need my check, I need my check, I need my check.